Hello everyone, this is Brent Klinnerman from Holdem Manager, and I'm going to go over board texture filters in the report filter editor. We can set the board texture for the flop, turn, and river. Board texture is all about how connected and how suited community cards are. A rainbow flop of 2-7 king isn't connected at all, where a flop of 10 jack king with the same suit is very connected. Switch between the flop, turn, and river community cards here. Set the exact flop card you want or a range of cards with the drop downs here. Flush texture is how many cards use the same suit, or select rainbow for 3 different suits. Straight texture allows you to filter for how connected the community cards are. The 5-6x, 7-9x, and 10-7x are just examples for gaps in the texture. Paired allows us to filter based on an unpaired board, paired board, or the board has trips. Number of allows us to filter based on open-ended draws, possible made straights, open-ended draws that beat the current nuts, and gut shot draws that beat the current nuts. Once you select a number of here, you can specify how many of these types of hands get returned. Be careful when using this feature because it's impossible to have 4+ open-ended straight draws on the flop. Then down at the bottom we can set the flop high card with this drop down. Let's do a couple of examples of how all this works now. Let's say we want to see hands where the flop was ace-ace king. Set the drop down boxes like this. Then click OK. Now we're seeing all ace-ace king flop hands. Notice the HM3 also displays these flops in any order, meaning the flop just needs to contain 2 aces and 1 king. Let's go back into the filter editor and we'll add a suitedness filter to this flop. Let's use the flush texture as two-tone, 2 of the same suit. Click OK, and now I have 4 hands out of 110,000 hands where the flop board is ace-ace king and suited. This is another great example of why you don't want to get too detailed with any filtering that you use in HM3 because you won't get any hands returned in your filter. For this next filter, we'll say the flop has a high card of 7 and it's suited along with a straight texture of connected cards. Click OK and you'll see that all of the flops are 9 high or lower, they are suited, and they have 2 connecting cards. Remember, you can also set turn and river cards along with how connected the board is. Let's set the high card on the turn to a queen and the river card to an ace. Press OK and now we see boards where the first ace hit the river. Go back and set some whole cards for yourself with this filter. Add ace king or every hand but ace king and see how you do in these uncomfortable river situations. Hopefully you learned something in this video that will make board texture filtering easier, and in the next video I'll cover the hand value filters. Thanks for watching and we'll see you at the tables.